United States, it is renowned as the safest aircraft in the world. This one is unlike any other presidential jet of a traditional airliner. We have the best defense system in the world, including nuclear bomb impact protection, missile early warning system, anti-missile system, toddler systems, and nuclear bomb lockbox. Air Force One was once considered a state secret. In ordinary times and in times of nuclear war, act as the highest command center for the U.S. military. So what's inside Air Force One? How can the president escape when he is in danger? This time we're going to decrypt Air Force One. The first Air Force One originated from President Franklin Roosevelt of the United States. It's a Douglas C-54. Skylord transport aircraft. This is using a military transport presidential plane, including an old presidential bedroom, wireless phones, and retractable elevators. It is convenient for President Roosevelt to get up and down in a wheelchair. This plane was only flown in 1945. When Roosevelt attended the famous Yalta Conference, used once, because Roosevelt died 2 months later. It was the Eisenhower era. It's a new Lockheed airliner. The only improvement to the aircraft at this time added encrypted wireless telephone and telegraph devices. During an Eisenhower trip using the aircraft, I actually encountered the same aircraft with the same code name or in the same airspace. Make it impossible for the tower staff to distinguish. Which one is the real presidential plane? So after, the presidential plane has its own new code name, Self-Vulgar Network. This is Air Force One. Just like the name, the presidential plane was purchased by the U.S. Air Force maintenance and upkeep. It was the Kennedy era. Air Force One has entered the jet. In this era, it was used at that time. The best airliner in the world. Boeing 707,300. And the U.S. Air Force bought two at a time. The special plane is painted red when it comes out. Style with gold. But it was considered too flashy by the president's wife. So I found the United States, the most famous industrial designer, Raymond Lowe, redesigning the exterior of Air Force One and interior decoration. Lowe designed many classic works. For example, the curved bottle of Coca-Cola that is used today, and NASA's Skylab space station. In the design of Air Force One, Lowe used tableaus to design aircraft. Big, beautiful, strong written on both sides of the fuselage. Spelling of the United States. Also painted the tail of the plane with the American flag. And a presidential badge designed on the tail of the plane. This design became the basic livery of Air Force One. It was the Reagan period. The Boeing 707 has achieved U.S. Air Force released requirements for the latest generation of Air Force One. Requires at least 3 paint engines. And don't do it during the second refueling flight. The distance is 10,000 kilometers. Boeing at the time provided the 747. McDonnell Douglas offers the DC-10. In the end, the Air Force chose the Boeing 747. The 00 South were ordered at the same time. And underwent a 5-year refit. So it didn't enter service until 1990. The first user of this Air Force One, President Bush Sr. Both Air Force One aircraft have flight call signs. 28,000 and 29,000. When any air traffic controller in the United States, when I heard this particular call sign, understand that it is Air Force One. And the Vice President of the United States also has a special plane called Air Force Two. Doesn't refer to one specific aircraft. It's a series of planes, including the Boeing Modified Transport aircraft and the military version of the Ben Stream business jet. They also have the same livery as Air Force One. The reason why Air Force One has to operate, it is in the use of a spare, and as long as the president is in one of them. Where is the other one going to follow? So that in the event of a host failure, the president can be replaced at any time. The president doesn't always travel on which plane. Air Force One. This can confuse the other party to a certain extent. And these to Air Force One. It's a highly customized Boeing 747. Than any Boeing 747 in the world. A regular Boeing 747. It's sold for $80 million. The purchase price of Air Force One is for $100 million. It's like buying a house worth $5 million. And then spend another $25 million to renovate it. The effect can be imagined. And the U.S. Air Force, when purchasing a new generation of Air Force One, no supplier was specified. Instead, let the top domestic supplier broadcast with Lockheed. In this way, the two suppliers will come up with solution. Also quote a lower price. This is the best choice in the face of market competition. The reason why Air Force One is so expensive, it's equipped with all kinds of safety facilities. It can be said to be a proper flying fortress. Regular Boeing 747 has a main fuel tank located under the main and engine drop wing, tank in the tail. But Air Force One also includes two in the cabin, one after the other, to additional fuel tanks. Is that so? The aircraft's unrefueled range exceeded 15,000 kilometers. Can easily cross the Pacific Ocean. At the same time, the fuel tank can also be expanded. The entire cargo hold has been occupied. If refueling through the air, Air Force One can fly non-stop for days, for the most critical moment. At the same time, due to the replacement of GM's the maximum flight speed of Air Force One, compared to 900 kilometers per hour for the average 1,114 kilometers per hour. This is literally the fighter of an airliner. Air Force One is also two-story. The space below the cockpit, the president's living room, includes a series of sofas and a single bed. You walk down the hallway to the president's office. Behind the office is the Air Emergency Center, equipped with when travel authorized the president to stay away from the White House, command center, nuclear strike directive. Inside this black suitcase, it's actually an aluminum case. After opening it, there is a black operation manual and a push-button device that authorizes a nuclear strike. The conference room in the middle of Air Force One is where the president and his bureaucrats call the shots. It is equipped with the most advanced aviation communication all over the fuselage. You can call any U.S. military base, even Area 51. And the kitchen of Air Force One, there is a team of 6 chefs. It can provide 3 meals a day for 100 and fine dining for the president, including delicious tacos, steak and garlic bread, Caesar salad and tortilla salad. The procurement team, random to the supermarket every day. Go buy ingredients for Air Force. They go to a supermarket at most twice to protect the president from poison. And Trump, it's number 1. The president who ordered McDonald's on Air Force One. Air Force One to consider as a president during a nuclear command center. Therefore, it is necessary to have in the event of a nuclear explosion, produce a super strong electromagnetic radiation EMP. And this EMP has a range of up to thousands of kilometers. Sturdy. Any avionics within this range will fail instantaneously or permanently, causing the plane to lose control and crash. And protect Air Force One. It is a set of nuclear protection EMPs called the defense system. All the windows on the plane are equipped with a layer, special explosion-proof isolation. In addition, the fuselage of the aircraft is also made with special protective armor. Special coating on the outside. It can withstand the nuclear radiation produced by medium-range nuclear explosions. And the main equipment in the aircraft is equipped with multi-layer shells. Electronic components are specially reinforced. Fiberglass used in all cables. But here's the thing. An important electronic operating system, there is a mechanical backup to open manually. Because during the nuclear explosion, any confidential electronic equipment, possibility of blindness. In a critical moment, Air Force One is a likely target for missiles. Therefore, the aircraft only the most advanced fighter jets have infrared ultraviolet missile warning system to achieve greatness by monitoring of incoming missiles, in conjunction with a series of aircraft infrared countermeasure jamming system to disrupt the missile's attack path. Disable it. And this jammer has only been used once. On the day of 9/11s in the United States in 2001, President Bush scrambled aboard Air Force One. But shortly after takeoff, an unidentified passenger plane followed at one point, and then President Bush received the intelligence. Except for the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and Air Force One are both targets of terrorists. As the airliner approached, Air Force One, for the first time, an infrared jamming device interfere with the electronics of the internal airline. The unidentified airliners respond. The device fails. Can't identify. Fortunately, It was a false alarm. This is just a passing ordinary airliner. There are currently no escape devices equipped. First, at a height of 10,000 meters, no parachute can be used. The second is the issue of cost, and is the president's plane. Extreme danger on Air Force One, like being hit by a missile. Can the president escape? In many American movies, after the attack on Air Force One, the president is in the warehouse. I took a ride similar to Apollo lunar module-like escape device, ejected directly from the slide rail of the cargo hold, land and escape. This device, it actually works. But the escape device on Air Force One, always top secret, not caused by the outside world. But it is said that Air Force One, there is indeed an escape pod similar to the one in the movie. Just like the child is not what the Apollo lunar module looks like. Because it takes up so much space. And the use is likely to be a single escape pod on a B-58 bomber. This is one for the B-58 crew. Designed escape device for use in emergencies. But when the Air Force was asked this question, Air Force One is not equipped with an escape device. The two Air Force One aircraft have been in service since 1990. It's been 30 years. If in a commercial airline, it belongs to the old model properly. It entered service with the Airbus A380 in 2009. The U.S. Air Force has considered transforming the A380 into the new Air Force One, but finally gave up due to a series of security factors. Due to financial problems, has been unable to advance the new Air Force on the occasion of this heavy snow in the United States. The U.S. Air Force began building aircraft based on the latest generation of Air Force One. The new Air Force One includes the aircraft. It costs for $1 billion. It will enter service in 2024. And in this presidential car, Trump has announced, will be taken from blue and white Air Force One livery that has been in use since 1962. Dark blue paint is more American, but it lacks the atmosphere and elegance of the past. And the new plane is also bigger. And they go further. The interior facilities are also more luxurious. The U.S. military even announced the next generation Air Force One. The aircraft can reach a top speed of Mach 5 per hour. It can be done within 5 hours. Reach any corner of the world. Leave all the videos in this issue. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.
What do you think about this issue? Please leave a comment below for everyone to know and discuss. Goodbye and see you again.